Good morning, students. Now we are going to start next chapter, that is minerals and rocks. This is chapter 5 of your book 1 for class 11th, and here we start from the rock. This is the topic is given in this book. Now first of all, the meaning of rock. What is the meaning of rock? The earth crust is composed of rocks. A rock is an aggregate of one or more minerals. Rocks may be hard or soft and varied different colors. So the earth crust is made up of different types of rock, and a rock is aggregate of different minerals. You can say one or more minerals can be there, and rocks may be hard, it can be soft, or it can be in a different colors. For example, granite is hard and soapstone is soft. Gabbro is black and quartzite can be milky white. So there are different types of rocks, maybe soft, maybe hard, or maybe they are in a different colors. Rocks do not have definite composition of minerals constitutes. Feldspar and quartz are the most common mineral found in rocks. Now this is the science in which we are studying the rocks. The science is called petrology. Petrology is a science of rocks. A petrologist studies rocks in all their aspects. For example, their origin, mineral composition, how which type of texture is their structure, and their origin, occurrence, alteration, relationship with other rocks, and their formations, etc., etc. As there is a close relation between rocks and landforms, rocks and soils are geographical, require basic knowledge of rocks. There are many different kinds of rocks which are grouped under three families on the basis of their mode of formation. So we can say, we can divide rocks in three parts, that is, number one is igneous rocks, number 2 is sedimentary rocks, and number 3 is metamorphic rocks. So we will study it in a detail. This is one picture. It is given taken from the igneous rock, formation of igneous rocks. This is the volcano eruption, and where some lava is coming out and becoming extrusive rocks, and some of the lava cools down in between the earth, and that become intrusive rocks, and all these extrusive and intrusive rocks are known as igneous rocks. Igneous rocks form out of magma and lava from the interior of the earth. They are known as primary rock. The igneous rocks, according to Latin language, ignis means fire, are formed when magma cools and solidifies. It means when volcanic eruptions, magma comes out in the form of lava, and after some time lava cools down and solidifies and becomes the igneous rocks. You already know what is magma. Magma is a inside part of the lava. It can be say in, if it is in inside, that is called magma, and when it comes out, it is called lava. When magma is in upwards movement, cools and turns into solid form, it is called igneous rocks. The process of cooling and solidification can happen in the earth crust on the surface of the earth, and it is a continuous process. When volcanic eruptions comes out, and the lava cooling down and solidifications happen on the earth surface, and as well as inside of the earth also. If molten material is cooled down slowly at great depths, minerals grains may be very large. Sudden cooling results in small and smooth grains. Intermediate conditions of cooling would result in an intermediate size of grains making up igneous rocks. So this is the different types of igneous rocks. When the lava suddenly cools down, the different type of igneous rock formed, and if sudden cooling or in intermediate conditions of cooling, the grains of the rocks are different. For example, there are so many types of rocks, igneous rocks. This is granite, gabbro, pegmatite, basalt, volcanic breccia, and tuff. These are the examples of igneous rocks. This is one picture. You can see the type of rocks in igneous rocks. These are some examples with pictures. This is the second part of the rock, type of the rock, that is sedimentary rocks. Rocks of the earth's surface are exposed to denudation agent and are broken up into various sizes of fragmentation. You know that rocks can be eroded after certain time, and it can be break down in a smaller particles in a different fragmentations in different fragments, and these fragments and these sediments can be transported by the different agents of denudation, and these sediments can be collected in a some part, or you can say deposited in a some part. Such fragments are transported by different exogenic agencies are deposited. These exogenous agencies, for example, wind, waves, river water, and glacier, you can say. These deposits through compaction into turn into rocks. This process is called lithification. In some sediment rocks, the layers of deposits retain their characteristics even there after the lithification. You can see this diagram. Here there are so many sediments are coming from different areas and deposited in a one part. These are some sediments, and classed are dropped or settled down in a some part, and compaction happened as a more sediments accumulated above, the another part forced to the come closer to together, and after that cementation is occur. Groundwater moves between the grains and leaves behind mineral deposits, bonding the grains to each other, and this process is called lithification. So now after that lithification, this becomes a sedimentary rock. Depending upon the mode of formation, sedimentary rocks are classified into three major groups, and this can be by mechanical formed or a organical form or chemical formed. Mechanical forms is a sandstones, limestone, shale. These are the examples. Organically formed, for example, chalk, limestone is also one example. Coal is also organically formed, and chemically formed is limestone is here also. Halite, potash are the some examples is also here. Now come to the some picture is shown in this. This is the picture of some examples of sedimentary rocks. Now third one is metamorphic rocks. The word metamorphic means change of form. When the original form of the rock change due to certain region, and that action is under the pressure, high pressure, volume and temperature. This is the reason of changing the form of rocks. This is called PVT. This is called PVT changes. This is the if the rocks comes under the action of pressure, volume and temperature, then basic or original type of rock changed into the metamorphic rock. Metamorphism occurs when rocks are forced down to lower level by tectonic processes. So we have to know how this metamorphism occurs when the tectonic processes is going on, or when molten magma rising through the crust comes in contact with crustal rocks or underlying rocks are subjected to great amount of pressure by overlaying rocks. If you can say, if there is another type of pressure is comes on the original rock, the metamorphic processes can be happened. Metamorphism is a process by which already consolidated rocks undergo recrystallization and reorganization of material within the original rock. You can see this is the increasing type of metamorphisms: shale, stale, flight, schist and gneiss. This is the type how the basic type of the rock changes into metamorphism. This is some example given here in this picture, and here are some more pictures: igneous rocks, metamorphic rocks and sedimentary rocks. These are some examples. Igneous rocks, very frequently you can say granite is the example of igneous rocks. Metamorphic rocks, these are the some examples: rock stars, sandstone, dolomite. This is an example of sedimentary rocks. Now come to the rock cycle. Rocks do not remain in their original form for long, but maybe undergo transformation. It means igneous rocks can be changed after the erosion or by the metamorphic processes. A rock cycle is continuous process through which older rocks changes or transformed into new rocks. Igneous rocks are primary rocks. So the other rocks formed from the primary rocks, for example, other rocks, for example, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks formed from the primary rocks. That's why igneous rocks is called primary rocks. Igneous rock can be changed into metamorphic rock. The fragments derived out of igneous and metamorphic rocks formed into a sedimentary rocks. It means by the erosion or by the deposition of the particles of igneous rocks or a metamorphic rocks, that can be converted into a sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks again themselves can be turned into fragments, and it can be broken into smaller particles and in the formation of sedimentary rocks, and it can be again becoming a if the tectonic process is going on, then sedimentary rocks can be go inside of the earth and become a magma and again become a igneous rock. So this is the all process going on. The crustal rocks, for example, igneous, metamorphic, sedimentary, once formed may be carried down into a mantle, can be go into the mantle due to the subduction processes, due to the tectonic processes, or due to the plate movements, and same melt down due to the increase in temperature in the interior and turn into molten magma and become another original source for the igneous rock, or turn into a igneous rocks. You can see this diagram of rock cycle here. See the this diagram. Igneous rocks weathered and erode because of the weathering and erosion. They become sediments, and lithification is going on, and after the lithification sedimentary rocks formed, and these sedimentary rocks can be turned into metamorphic rocks because of the any tectonic movement or a subduction or a plate movement, and again this metamorphic rock can be go inside the earth and melting again and turned into a magma and comes out by the volcanic eruptions and solidification and again became a formation of igneous rocks. And igneous rocks can be directly formed into a or change their phase into a metamorphic rocks, and again metamorphic rocks can be melted and formed magma and solidification and become a igneous rocks. So this is the process is regularly going on, and new rocks become older rocks, and from the new rocks another sediments can be formed and another type of rock can be formed. So this is the regular process is going on the earth's surface. This is the one more diagram related to rock cycle, and you have to draw this diagram in your copy also. And this is the main questions directly from this part of the chapter. What do you mean? Yeah, what is a rock? What is petrology? Describe formation of igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. With the help of diagram you can paste some pictures of igneous rocks or sedimentary or metamorphic rock with this question in your notebooks. Describe rock cycle with the help of diagram, and this is very important questions related to this chapter. I hope you understand this chapter. Thank you so much.